Hello everyone, welcome back to another session of AWS Mastery course. In this session, we are going to learn about the challenges and the consideration which we may face when we are using cloud computing. When it's come to our security part and the other compliances part, we are going to learn each and everything and we are going to understand each and everything in this particular session. So now let's understand this in this session. So in this particular session, we are learning about the common challenges and the consideration. Means what are the security issues we face, what are the issues related to the compliances we face while implementing cloud computing. Or so we are going to understand each and everything in this particular session. So first I will start with the security issues which we are having. So the first and the most I can say talked about issue is data breaches. Okay, so these days data breaches are going on, and every day like you will hear this news like this company got hacked and the data of the user of this particular company or this app has been breached by cyber criminals or hackers. So we are when we are just dealing with the cloud computing and anything like related to information technology, so we can say like unauthorized access to sensitive information is very much easy these days. Okay, means like if there is a person like who is a cyber criminal and they can get the access of the sensitive information. Okay, so while implementing cloud computing, we need to focus on this. Next we are having insider threat. So like there are lots of examples where the person from that particular company or the employee of that particular company is leaking the data of that company. Okay, so this comes under the insider threat. Then insecure APIs. So while you are building your application and when you are just when you are configuring your APIs, and at the time of configuration, you are just using the APIs, but the configuration is not that good. Okay, and you are not just taking care of the security. So when there is a issue with the APIs, obviously like anyone can actually get into your application and they can actually get the access of your data. And the next we are having misconfiguration. This is something which I have told you already. Whether it's API misconfiguration or database misconfiguration, wherever the misconfiguration will be there, like anyone can get the actually access of your data. Okay, and the compliances concerns we are having. So we are having regulatory standards like GDPR, we are having HIPAA, we are having PCI DSS. So we are having different security I can say regulatory standards. So now let me just tell you like whenever you are just I can say implementing cloud computing, so you are dealing with lots of things, I can say, in a particular moment. Okay, so at that time you need to understand about like how these compliances works and how you can actually implement all these things. And the next we are having data sovereignty. And like data sovereignty is something which I face personally lots of time. So the thing is, let's suppose you are building an application, let's suppose you are building Netflix. Okay, and the Netflix is working in India, Netflix is working in US and working in Japan or like any other country. Okay, so in each and every company data laws are different, and in each and every country I can say the laws are different, like the government laws are different. Okay, related to data, related to usage of internet. Okay, so in each and every country, like when there is a law, different laws, you need to consider each and everything. You need to, I can say, keep this thing in your mind, like you implementing something which should be get covers under the laws of that particular country. So when you're having the data storage in different region, you have to understand like it should be according to their rules and regulations. Now next we are having shared responsibility. So the thing is, when we talk about the shared responsibility, so let's suppose I'm using I can say a service from AWS. Okay, so AWS is trying very hard to making each and every application very secure. But the thing is, when we are building anything on that particular service and we are not taking care of the security, or let's suppose we are just creating, I can say, let's suppose we are creating S3 bucket. Okay, and the thing is like whatever the things we are just creating, we are just making it like available for anyone, but the data which we are storing in that, it is sensitive. Okay, so the thing is, the cloud provider is actually doing its best, but we are not doing. So the shared responsibility is there. Okay, so whatever the security they are providing, and whenever we are building anything on that, we always have to understand, we always have to, I can say, we should be concerned about the security, so these are the things or the responsibility which we are having. So these are the, few challenges which we face generally. Now the management and the solution. So there are few, I can say, challenges which we are having related to the management, which I'm going to discuss, and then there will be solution and the best practices which we are going to discuss in this particular session. Now the management challenges. So first is multi-cloud complexity. So when you are using, multi-cloud, like we have already understood about the private, public cloud, hybrid cloud. So when we are using, multi cloud, so there are lots of, things which we have to understand, which we have to, take care of, like while, working with these kind of things. Now next, cost control. So when you are using cloud computing, so cloud computing is something most of the time in which, like, you are just going to pay according to the usage or according to the service which you are using. So always try to consider the cost, always try to optimize the cost. Okay, the more you are going to save the cost, the more you are going to get benefits, all I can say, your company is going to get the benefit. Okay, so the cost optimization is too much important while using cloud computing. Okay, next is vendor lock. Okay, so this is also a very, challenging thing. Let's suppose you are using Google Cloud Platform, and now you suddenly you want to, jump into AWS. Okay, so from one vendor to another vendor, you are just jumping in, and in that scenario, like, cloud migration is possible, but there will be lots of, I can say, challenges you are going to face. So these are the, some management issues we are having. Now let's talk about the solution. So we are going to discuss about the security solution, we are going to discuss about the, solutions related to the management, and we are going to discuss about the solutions related to the compliances. Okay, when we try talk about the security of cloud, so there are few things. The first one, we are having encryption, access control, and regular audit. So when we talk about the encryption, the, encryption. So whatever the data you are having, always encrypt that data. And when we talk about the AWS specifically, AWS provides encryption in each and every service. The, it actually gives you the freedom, like you can encrypt the data, you can use the encryption. Okay. And when we talk about the access control, so you should always try to apply access control, like which particular person can access that and how much they can access. Okay, so you have to consider this. Now next thing is the regular audits. So like in each and every company, or I can say like in each and every, I can say, organization, so there is a, rule, like they actually used to audit each and everything. Just like that, you should always audit your, cloud services, or I can say cloud platform which you are actually using. Means it is like, checking again and again, like whether is there any problem with your, I can say, services, or, or like on your, what I can say, on the project which you are working on, or I can say, like, is there any misconfiguration. So always just do for, go for regular audits as well. Now next thing, we are having compliances. So always take proper certifications, always, go for, data monitoring or regular assessment, so that you can actually, what I can say, you can have the, better experience while, dealing with the cloud. Next, we are having management. So in order to do the management, we are having lots of automatic automation tools. You can use those tools so that you can make your day-to-day life easy. Then we are having cloud management platforms. So we are having these platforms, we can use them. And we are having performance monitoring tools as well. Means you can check like how much traffic you are getting. So let's suppose you are using AWS. So obviously AWS is going to tell you like how much traffic you are getting. But the website you are running on AWS, and you can have that, you can just copy the link of that website, and you can just paste it into any tool, and that tool will give you the proper analytics of your website, like how much data, traffic you're getting, from which country you are getting the most, and from which country you're getting the least. Like you can get each and everything. Okay, so this thing, comes under the, solutions. Like these things you should always consider, you should always, take care of. So these are the few challenges and the solution which we get while, dealing with cloud computing, or I can say with any cloud services provider, whether it's Google Cloud Platforms, whether it's AWS, whether it's Azure, or any other cloud service provider. Okay, so I hope you guys are very much clear with all these things. So I hope you guys have understood about the common challenges and the consideration when we are using cloud computing in this particular session. So I hope everything is very much clear to you guys. So that's it for now. Let's meet in the next session. Thank you so much.